Right, hello everybody, this is going to be a try it Tuesday, I think, okay, because I know I've got to make some little fabric snippets to go in my journal that I'm doing. The Blossom Rose one, I've made, what it is, when I sit in the shop, in the salon, sometimes I have to sort of work, and other times I just have to watch over my son, you know, doing haircuts and things, or if I know he's all right and he just wants me to check the end, then I'll just sit and sew. So I've done all these, and I'm hoping some we can use and then do up a little bit more, because these are literally, I think I had a lot of yellow at the time, so I'm sort of going to sort out and think, do you know what, they're going to go, that sort of, let me have the journal open as well. So I would, that's the colour, you know, which these are going to be fine. So I'm going to sort out. So what I will do is, I'll see if I can get a different page, just make it more interesting. No, that's okay actually. There we go. So I'll put that there, and I'll just check the colour of these. You know, like these aren't really going to go at all. Okay. So the green and that, yeah, they will. I was hoping I'd done some. I've forgotten because it was a while ago. Yeah, definitely those. And these are, you know, just the little square ones that everybody does. And then I do some stamps as well. Oh, it's a while ago since I've done these actually. They're all no good for this journal. Nothing wrong with them, but I just like that one. Right, okay. So they're all not going to work. That one will. Oh, I was hoping I had one like that. Some are hand stitched, some are machine stitched. That's a green one. That'll go. No. Oh my gosh, I've got quite a few. I've got more than I thought I was going to have actually. That's a nice big one there. These go. That goes. Definitely. I've got more than I thought. Nice sort of neutral colour one. But we'll go. Yep. Oh, I haven't got any with vintage on. Mind you, that would go. That green there. So now we know we've got quite a few. Thank gosh. And these, no, I didn't realise I'd done this many. Gosh. Even that greeny one goes there. Another greeny one with vintage on. Yes. Oh gosh, I even done some little flowers. Must have been feeling good that day. So, yeah. Oh, well, I think we're fine, don't you? Yeah. On that, these are the butterflies, my embroidery machine done, and I just soaked it very white, and I soaked them in tea because I didn't like the white thread. But, yeah. I won't be using them, but I've just done them. They're in here, so I know where they are. I think I've put a little video out there, actually. Okay, well, we've got loads. So, I thought I don't need to do any more. I'll do. Oh, well, that was going to be my video, sorting these out and doing something with them, but a lot of them look okay. I don't really need to do anything. So I put some like French knots in the middle of that one. So what I'll do some more today. Yeah, and just show you what I do. Then, I mean, I've got other videos on that. There's nothing new. It's, you know, and that's just a little embroidered one. Yeah, it's some little French knots in. It can look like flowers. I thought it was quite nice, actually. I used to do a lot of embroidery, and I was self-taught, but I used to do some real fine, delicate work, but I gave up most probably 20 years ago. And now with my eyesight, and because I was a perfectionist, and with my eyesight being as it is, it just causes me bad headaches because of eye strain and everything, and I have to look through like a magnifying glass, and I think with my head down looking through that and everything, I'll just get a lot of pain. So, you know, it's great just to do these little bits, and also just, you know, they don't have to be perfect, and that's what I love about it. You know, it's great. The least the better. Actually, they look better if they're not too perfect. So yeah, right, well, I have actually got enough of those. I don't need any more, because I wouldn't be using all those in the journal at all, and there's plenty. So I think what I'll do, I'll most probably just show you what I do, even though I've done loads of videos on this, because that's what I had in my head to do. So I'll get a few bits together. I've got some scrap fabric. Oh, perhaps I'll use some of these, cut some of these bits off and use like some of them on them, you know, like cutting something like this down and using it, so you can see what I do there, because there's lots of little elements that you can use and separate from that big flower. Yeah, I think I'll do that. Okay, right, I'll just get organized then, and I'll see you in a minute. Right, to sort of change my mind, because I thought, I'll tell you what, I haven't done anything with my snippet roll yet. As I was going through the bits of lace, I found it. So I thought I'd cut bits off. I did start actually the other day, cut bits off and just decorate that can be on paper clips. Yeah. So I leave them free and then pop the paper clip in, or because I don't know which way the paper clip wants to go. So that's sort of like the last thing I do. And that's a piece of the snippet roll and just a bit of net over the top, flower and a bit of lace, and then I stitch around. So the size of these, I make them about, oh, was it 1 1/4, something like that, 1 1/4. So you don't want them too big. You can put them as big as you want, but 1 1/4, and then the whole length is about 3 1/4, and then that's about 1/2 inch, I would say, just over. Yeah, you know, but I don't, you know, that can be folded down even lower if you want, if it ends up smaller. So I've done a few of those just in case I want to turn them into paperclip embellishments. Okay, and that's that. And so yeah, I thought I would decorate this a little bit, because I haven't shown that, and some of this is really, really nice. I've used a little bit in the journal already. Don't know whether I've shown that yet, but so I've got that. Rather than starting from scratch, we use that, because all my little, I've cut loads of like this sort of shape out in there in the bag in my house. Now this stuff is like used as for weddings. It's like the cheapest lace you can think of. You can get great big rolls of it. Yeah, and I had a lot of it. So that is great stuff, and it's really dirt cheap, so you don't have to think expensive. Right, so that's that. And then you've got things like this. Yeah, well, cut these little flowers out, you know, and you have got a little embellishment there. There's a little bit of a lighter one there. That's quite a dark coffee one, but, you know, then you've got a lovely little embellishment. So I do that. I've got some of my scraps here too. This is it's overflowing, so I need to get rid of some of this, and I've got some little flowers already cut out from other projects. So yeah, this is tiny little bits, you know, all like this. These can be used definitely. Right, so a few bits there. Then there's, like I said, the appliques. Yeah, and you can cut, you know, flowers off of these, make them smaller. Do that. I've already got some pre-cut, which I would cut that maybe down even more. Yeah, got little bits of that. This is, don't ask me where I got this from. It was gifted to me a long time, and this is my last bit that I've got, so I love it, really do love it. You've got bits of lace where you can cut them down, just use one of those. Make everything go a bit, you know, look at tops, lacy tops, sometimes they've got flowers in. I'll have a look, see if I've got one. Then you've got bits of net. This, I don't know what this was, but you've got all different flowers. I've got a big sort of, you know, about 1/2 metre length of it. But these you could cut down so you only use half the flower. You don't have to use that whole flower if you don't want to. And then you can put a load of French knots in the middle if you wanted to, or a button. You know, do what you can feel that you can do. Yeah, a little bit of lace like that even. These can be cut out. You know, take the top off there like this. Oh, sorry, I got my wrong finger in. Do you know what? When I put the well, it's the right finger to you, but for hairdressing, you always use that one. And when I put the other one in, I'll say, I can't cut. It's really weird. These are hairdressing scissors, so they do feel comfortable like that. Well, old hairdressing scissors that are blunt, but not for this. There. So you've got yourself a lovely little shape there that would look nice on its own on a snippet. I'll leave them out. You've got bits like this that you could most probably cut a little bit out of that. You don't need to use the whole thing. So yes, looking at things a bit differently. What I've got, it was very, very white. So let's cut a bit of that off and use the lighter ones of that. You only need a little bit, look. Go away, another day. That's a bit lighter, that colour. I have shown tops before where it's got things to cut out from. I mean, this is, I think this is from a top. Yes, it is. Okay, beautiful. You know, you only need that little bit of lace there. Yeah. So, beautiful dress or whatever that was. It's lovely. I think that was gifted to me. That I cut the circles out of sometimes and use because they're really nice and thin, and it's like a doily but really, really thin. So I cut them out and just use that. Okay, and then you've got your bits of lace. Actually, I'm just finding bits in here now, and of course your rosettes. That's not the right tone for this, but yellow for this. Yeah, and you've got that, and you cut out that, and then you can use those bits. I've shown that before. Okay, you don't have to use all that. You could use just one flower and that. Yeah, and then maybe two and that on that one. Then you'd be left with that, but you could still use it. There's a little bit of rubbish, so try and use it up today. Yep, and your fabric printed stamp things. I've got a few of them here. So I've got vintage on that one. So what I do, okay, so I've just cut this off of the snippet roll. Okay, I don't do it too big. I'll cut about an inch. Is it about an inch? Inch and a quarter, look. Okay, about the same size as the paper. So just cut that off. Yeah. I've got some sewn thread in case I need it to sew buttons on, but I don't need to stick them on if you want. And I've got a bit of this fabric because that was just actually left with something. So I'm going to use this today just to get rid of it. So let's say you don't have to do this, but I am with this one. And to cover over the join, okay, because down here is all right because that's got a bit of lace coming down there. Because all you've got to do is either get something like netty, like, oh, I will show that actually. Here we go. Can rip that off. You can put that down a bit long. It rips beautifully, that stuff. You can put that over like that, and then you can put, say, a little bit of that on. Yeah, now you can stitch down that, okay, and then you've got, say, maybe a bit of that going on there. And you've got that. Okay. All right, you've got a little bit of, you know, you could do with, say, something under there. Okay, this is the sort of that, and then I come really sort of like, not grungy looking, but what do you call it? I was going to say shaggy. Shaggy. Which I like that word for embellishments. Raggedy, that's the word. Okay, and then I'll just come out, could have been just a little bit wider really. We're using up bits, so that's great to me. Okay, so these can be stuck on, these bits I would sew, or you stick on, yeah. So I'll go over there. I will show it how I do it, sticking it down. Right, let's pat it down. I would pat it down before I sewed it, that's all, but I'll use glue on this one and show you it's not too bad, as long as you don't use too much glue. Okay. You don't worry about this, you always trim after. If you like your hot glue, do it with your hot glue. It's no problem. Right, that will bounce up a bit, but I'll leave that set a bit, and then I'll pop a little tiny bit of glue underneath. And we go on here. There we go. And what you can do after that, if you can make it bigger, or no, I'll show you how to do it from here. So you can glue these on and just fold up over like that. Okay. Do we want it bigger? And then you can put a bit of lace behind it. Yeah, something like this. I know it's white, but I might not use this at the moment. I've got some cream somewhere. You can put that behind it, so you've got a fluty edge and a bit of lace. Fluty edge this side and lace the other. Here we go. Okay, and then you just put this on the back. And when you're ready, put paperclip in. See if I can find a paperclip handy. Just show you. And you can also bring down, you know, make it lower. Oh, is that the right way? That was going to be the top, wasn't it? Yeah, it's round the wrong way. Okay. Now you've got paperclip embellishment. Easy as that, really. And they're all nicely stuck down. So I'll just go ahead and do a few more, I think. And we'll see what happens. I might fast forward a bit because it's, you know, things like this, I'm not one to continually talk and do at the same time, because I find, you know, my words end up, I get really tired. My words don't end up coming out. So when you see me fast forward and things. Plus, one, I think it's a bit boring watching. And the other is that I just couldn't talk. So, because sometimes I can't, well, I can, but I get very tired very quickly. Right, so I'll go ahead and just do a few more and we'll go from there. Okay, so just put them, I just slip them on. Okay, I don't glue them down till I know exactly where I want them in the journal, because I either want them to go that way or that way. And you can guarantee the one I want to go will always be in the other direction. So when you're ready and you know where you want it to be, just slip that in and then you just glue that down. Okay, and then you can slip that on your page. Okay, so that's that too. And while I was trying to find those, I found me bit of snippet roll I had left from the cover, not the cover, the bag I made. Because I've made a bag for it, haven't I? So I've got that to use up. I do tend to, when I use snippet rolls, I do tend to do my pockets and my belly bands in the journal first, and then what's left I cut up, okay, to make snippets. That's what I usually do, but today I'm doing it around the other way. But I thought I would use some of this instead, because that's from that bag, clutch bag we made. So shall we go down there like that? Okay, yep, that's all come off, but that's fine, because we could have a bit of lace. And I will be stitching mine from now on as well, because I just find it easier and quicker. So that's that. And then you can make it slightly bigger by going on to there. I've got no fabric here, but that's all right. Another one. I've got no bits of fabric. I could do with a bit of colour, really. Oh, there's a piece. I've got one here. That would be nice. Okay. Right. Have we got any net? So what I am sure of is sort of like dangly bits, you know, like this. I've got those, but that seems to be all I do have, and I sort of get a bit bored of using the same thing. Let's have a look, see what we got here. I think that looked nice actually. Will do. Yeah, like that. And then that's already done on the back. Right, so what I do next, right, I've got into now how I feel I want things to go. Yeah, so what I would do, I could do 2 or 3 at the same time. Yeah, so I'm going to cut some off. I'm just guessing. Okay. let's do 3. Okay, now line them up. Let's straighten that up. So, doesn't really matter, but there, and that one's okay. So like that. Okay, and then I think, right, what do I put on there? These ones, I think I'm gonna, because I haven't got any of the fabric, I think I might use something from like here. Yeah, so I will cut them out. Let's have a look at that. This will be glued on after, if I need to use any net underneath, but I think that one looked quite nice on there, didn't it? Okay, yeah. Not so much as that on there. Let's try another thing. I thought I had some bits. That would be quite nice. But I need something behind those, so this one will be just a piece of that. Just need so when it's stitched down in a minute, that'll be flat. So, and then a flower somewhere on there as well, like that. Okay, that's how they're going to be. So that's fine. I've sorted that out. Now we need to put something behind them. These are nice and flat actually, except for those. You can always cut these off. I mean, I do sometimes, and then I'll put like a little sequin or something. God, they're all hand stitched on. Good grief. Yeah, like that. And you can always put a sequin. Right, I'll just show you what I do. The other thing I do is I back it with something like this sort of fabric. It's like the stuff you make pillows out of. It's slightly thicker than a cotton. But that's what I use on my journals and things, and bits that are left over from that, and it frays nice, you know, so love that. And that's another good way, and it's a very neutral colour, so that is a nice stabilizer. Yeah, so I use this and then fray it as well. That's a bit narrow actually, that bit, because that could do with a bit more fraying. Yeah, this stuff I got, it's really weird stuff, but I love it. I got it off Amazon, and I think I typed in holy fabric. I didn't know what to type in, and I got like a meter of it, but it's stiff. Stiff-ish. It's still soft, but that's great to back things with. And you want something behind it, you know, that frays. Well, I do anyway, because that's what I like. Just going to make that a bit bigger actually. But you've got to make sure you stitch that on or glue it well, because it just carries on fraying. But I do like it. I'll cut it and then fray it after. I'll cut it, sew it or glue it, and then fray after. Okay, so I'm going to make sure when I stitch these that I'll stitch down there, and then I can fray all that. And then these ones I'll just stitch on, and then we're going to stick some flowers on those. So that's great. Okay, so I just pulled all the ends out of that one. Yeah, so I zigzag stitch those, and I think that one's okay. Yeah, and this one, yeah, that's great. Maybe a little bit here, I need to roughen up a bit. There we go. sometimes you need to trim them, but there we go. And I don't mind either. And then we shall decorate. I've already forgotten what I was going to do, but never mind. I do want one of these. I might put that on there actually, and just have that there on its own. Yep, but I'm going to stitch around that with quite a wide stitch. I want it to sort of try and look like it's been hand sewn. There we go. I think I put the stitch length at 4, so I think that's quite nice. It could go a little bit more, so, but I think that's great. I mean, these look nice if we put a little bit of padding underneath them as well, but I don't want to because like too much. All right if I was doing a fabric journal, but I do want them not too thick. I want them thinner, I was going to say. Right, let's have a look. And then we have this one. This one I'm going to back because I've got elastic. This is elasticated somewhere on here, and it sort of pulled it in a bit, so it's not laying flat. Most probably if I ironed it, it would. But I'm just going to put that on. This is a bit I like, sort of fathom out where it should go. I love this bit. I'm going to put that down, and then I'm going to put a flower. There should be another one somewhere. Oh yeah, I put it up there, didn't I? That was that one. So that was those done. Okay, sometimes you want it plain. If it's a real bright, you know, floral page, it's nice to have some without any colour. So I'm going to actually keep that as is. Yeah, so that's those 4. And then I'll do maybe another batch of 4. So I'll go ahead and get those ready. Okay, right, I'll go and stitch them. Right, I thought I might well show you what I do to sort of tidy them up. Okay, to stitch those. I found another bit that was here as well. So, yeah. So that's sort of like, I'll just give them a bit of a trim. Then I'll take any loose bits off. Like I say, I've stitched around, so when it pulls tight like that, I'll just trim that. So So it only means that the thing behind it isn't straight, but you can make it look like it is. Oh, my blooming son's just, sorry, son has just broken down. My husband's got to go and see what's the matter. He's only just had his car done. That's a very expensive bill. And he's had it about a week and it's broke down again. It's quite a new car as well. And I don't know. He said there was smoke coming out of the exhaust, and I think, well, they've done a lot of work on it. So hopefully they haven't messed it up. I'm sure they haven't, but I don't know why it should go wrong. It was actually all right before. It was only the brakes that were, you know, faulty. And the turbo was sort of doing funny things apparently, but they supposed to have sorted that, and now they broke down. So I'm not sure what's happened yet. And of course, no garage is open today, this afternoon. All gone home, they only work in the morning. Yeah, I don't know. Right. Okay, so I'll just pull all that out and then I'll give it a trim. Okay. Sometimes you have to sort of ruffle it up as well to make it look like the rest, if that's, you just cut that. I'm going to trim this a little bit. It's a bit long. And then let's pull out a bit. Thought I'd done another one. I found a bit, a tiny bit it was, there's that one. That's all right. This one, I'm not sure about this white there. It's a bit funny. It's better. I'm sort of, it's going off at an angle, so Right, let's see what we can find to go in there. So I bet this will be the one that causes the most problems. I don't like that. The last one. Okay, now I'll leave those alone for 5 minutes just to dry off. I expect some of them are already dry. Okay, and then we'll sort them out. I'm going to pop and have some lunch. Right, okay, so I put them all together. So I'll give you a recap. That was just that one there. I'll keep that as is because I might do something else with that one. There. Oh, keep going too high, sorry. I'm stood up so I can't really see. And like I say, they don't take very long to do. I've got other videos on snippets and clusters. I'll link that below. I think it's always linked now actually. I copy and paste a lot of the playlists, not all of them, but some. They're very, very easy to do. Very. Okay, and that was from a bit of the snippet roll. Look how many we got. There we go. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that. Got quite a few there now, haven't I? Okay, well, thank you very much for watching, and I'll speak to you all soon. Bye bye.